Welcome y'all to another episode of Survivor Pre-Show. Hey, I'm season 41's first runner-up to being the first out. I'm joined by my other castmate over here, Tiffany, and
Oh
then we got
yeah,
Avery, our
that's me
podcaster in the house.
in the house. We're in the house.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
in my closet actually, Abraham.
like we look at hey, look, I can tell that's your closet, but it's a good closet. It's a good
Okay,
closet.
but I'm in the closet. Some people are out of the closet. I'm in the closet.
Well, are you in? Are you out?
No, no,
Okay,
I'm not.
we'll get
I'm
back.
not. Oh,
We're
did
gonna
you
talk
think
about it
you were?
later.
You think you were like blowing the lid off of this and like
You just,
Tiffany's coming out? No, I'm just in my closet, like
okay.
physically in my closet.
I actually, before the show, was organizing my closet color coding because I just went through all of my clothes and I realized my closet is not big enough for my
Yeah,
clothes.
this is.
So,
It's never big enough. It's never big enough. So
I think that may have to do with a gender difference because mine is just fine the way it is, but it's pretty organized. So you'll be like, and
I'm
it's color coded,
organized. I'm an
mine's color
organized
coded.
chaos.
and
Look,
I got
organized
racks up.
chaos.
Hey,
This is a
it's you know
horrible
what? That is
thing.
a good segue into tonight's pregame talk about Survivor.
All right, let's do it.
So Tiffany,
Yes.
what do you think they're feeling tonight? This is you're on the edge of the merge. What was camp life like when you know the merge was coming? You already counted down and know it was coming.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about this today. So one of the things that's so crazy when you're out there, and Abe, I wish you were there with me long enough to experience this. I know it sucks. I'm sorry I voted you off. It's so stupid. We would have been such a great team.
We get voted off Xander.
You wouldn't let me use your name yet. You told me we weren't close enough, so I couldn't call you by your name. Remember?
That's another story, only for the hour.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to spill some tea out here. So anyway, but what we were feeling was, when you don't know what's happening, you're kind of waiting for it's the day that you're going to do challenges. It's the day like a rest day, which we didn't really have many because it was such a short amount of time. However, that day we kind of calculated and figured it had to be the merge, and it was like waiting. It was the longest wait of your life. It was brutal. We just every second felt like an hour. I felt like we just kept contemplating, like, do you think we're merging? Are we not merging? Are we merging? And then finally, when we got to the merge, as you all saw, there was like that crazy twist, which we all freaking hated, and it changed my entire game. But that's another story. But anyway, so I'm thinking tonight they're all probably know that the merge is on the right, like that it's coming, but also that what's going to be happening at the merge. Are they at Mergatory? Are they fully going to be all merged together? Are they going to have merge feast? Like, I think they're thinking like of every possible scenario of what's going to happen tonight. And I think as we saw in some of the coming attractions, there's going to be some kind of crazy advantage twist thing going on. So they don't know that obviously then, but we now know it as viewers. And I think that they're all just really getting themselves ready and stoked for what could be the merge for them.
Well, Avery, what do you think? Seeing that the previous seasons, who's not going to make it this time? Who's going to be on the bubble?
I know we were talking about this a little bit before, but it's a hard question, but I'm thinking possibly Gabe. I know I've been guessing for weeks that he's going to go home, and I've been wrong every single week. But if they go, I don't know. I feel like if it's either Gabe or like maybe I wouldn't want to say Rachel because she's like kind of playing a good game, but like right now she's on the bottom, right? So it
Yeah.
just is really depending on what happens, I guess. But I think possibly Rachel is what I think. But who knows? I could be wrong. I've been wrong every week. So
Well, let's use a resident expert that did make it through the merge. Did you think you were ever in jeopardy when it came to that
Um,
vote?
merge vote. Well, I was the first one. Wasn't I first one out of merge?
No.
You
This
mean
is this is before the merge vote. This is when Sydney got voted out.
Oh, did I think? No, actually, on the contrary, I thought, yeah, I'm on my podcast. That's my husband. I thought, sorry, this is real life now, reality TV. I thought, I thought that I thought we were kind of be in an okay spot. Well, the night Sydney went out, no, I didn't worry about myself. I was worried. Why wasn't I worried that night? I remember I wasn't where Evie was worried that night, and she was right to be. They were right to be worried because they. Let me think about this for a minute. Yeah, they were on the chopping block that night, and I don't know why was I not. That's not the night that I was safe because of the merge twist, was it?
No, because the merge twist end up. I want to say that um, Nasir got voted out on that twist because
So
Nasir was with Erica and Heather.
the night Sydney got voted out, the only reason Evie didn't go. Oh yeah, I guess I might have been worried that night, but at at the tribal, I remember not being worried. Like it was up to me to vote off either going to be Sydney, Evie, or Deshaun. That's right. That night when Sydney went home, that's the night. No, Abe, that's the night that we were safe. I wasn't a possibility.
Oh, that's because the hourglass.
Right. That was
Okay.
the night. So see, you got me making look. Yeah, now people think I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, no,
Me all up.
you was
I was
you
like,
was
wait a
there. I was
minute.
watching.
I was safe that night. So that was the night I was safe, and we had plans to get somebody completely different off, and we knew that it was because of the merge twist, and now shifted, and the only people that were up for being voted off that we were worried about was Deshaun, Sydney, and Evie. Those were the
Okay.
people that were on the chopping block that night that we were all discussing. And I wasn't going to write Evie's name down. And Danny had whispered in my ear that night to not put down Sydney's name. So I didn't. So I wasn't going to put down Sydney's name. And the only person left for me was Deshaun, which screwed my whole game up because he was pissed after that for like the rest. That really is what sunk my ship. And that night, Sydney got voted off because she used her shot in the dark, and that's what saved Evie that night. So yeah, that's what I remember, not being scared that night because I was safe from the twist. But I will tell you, I was also pissed about that because we had plans to get a big player off that night, and that stupid hourglass screwed our whole plans. And somebody just wrote the Yasser reunion. So yeah, it's me and
I know.
Abe.
Hey, let's. We got to give a shout out to Ali over there in England, looking at the podcast.
Hi, Ollie.
And
Shout out.
you got a fan for Wild Wild West. I guess he saw you on
Tiff watched
RIP.
you on Tiff watched you on Rap Live Recap, and now I'm watching Tell Me Lies because of you. Oh, Tell Me Lies because of you. Okay, that it spelled it wrong. I know. How good is that show? Sorry, this is completely just nothing to do with Survivor. But I did rap the other day, and I was on stage and I was delirious because I was so tired, and I was like, "How about Tell Me Lies? That's the best show ever." And they were like, "And back to Survivor." But
Look,
anyway.
I didn't get an invite, so
What?
I saw you up there with other casts, and I was like, I thought me and Tiffany had a bond, but
Wait a minute. Why didn't you get? Everybody's invited to Rap Live.
I just never show up. I never get an invite.
Okay,
Next,
that's stupid, and we're gonna fix that. No, you got to just. It's that they're so inundated with people that sometimes they miss sending it out, but you're always invited to Rap Live. What are you, crazy? And especially because
I'm
you're
coming to
one
see
of my
Tiffany in
special.
New York. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, quick question. We got a question. Well, we
Yeah.
got a statement. Let's see what we got here. This JE wants to know: has there been a stat that suggests that the person from the tribe with the most members coming into the merge and tied with the most members usually goes home? So is it likely going to be Tuka member? Let me see
Yeah,
what we got.
there is a stat. There is a stat. They did a stat today about that, and it's usually the tribe with the most members. One of them goes home, but there's a twisty twist tonight, and there's some sort of advantage that could change every stat you want to think about. Probst is going to figure out a way to screw you.
So
So
we know who's safe. We know Sue has an immunity idol that nobody knows about.
Sue's safe.
Who do you think is on the chopping block tonight?
Well, I don't think. I think Andy, Teeny, Rachel, Andy, Teeny, Rachel. I think what's her name? Not Corinne. No, what the heck is her name? Who?
Caroline.
Caroline. Thank you. So far, those are the people that I think are pretty safe because of. I think they're safe because they have a big group coming in together, and then you have that other side coming in together. So I think those people are safe tonight. Rachel, I think, is safe. I think that Sam is safe, and I think that Sam's sidekick is safe. So Rome is in trouble. I think maybe who else? Maybe Gabe is in trouble.
Ooh,
So I'm
we
thinking,
talking the same people.
yeah, we're talking about the same people.
Yeah, because I was like, who needs to reshuffle their game? To me, Tina needs to reshuffle her game.
But Teeny's okay. Remember, she went on the walk. She went on the thing, and
Doesn't have a vote.
no, she doesn't have a vote. But I think she's okay as long as she's stuck with those people. She's not going to be in trouble. I don't think.
So hey, we got a new listener out there. Everybody wants to chime in. They think Sue is playing an excellent game too. So I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
cancel Sue out.
like Sue, if she thinks she's safe and doesn't use her idol, they could, chop her because, the elder folks. I know I'm one of the elders, so okay, just go with it. They are always like looked at because they're always a number for somebody, right?
Mhm.
So she could be blindsided. That could happen. Not
So
likely.
Avery, who do you think is just a number? Somebody just kind of going along right now, and they could be that merge bubble vote out.
I will
Because
say,
here's before you answer now, here's the significance of it. That person carries a different weight from getting like voted out first or second or third. You had the opportunity to be on the jury to make a decision about somebody getting $1 million. Now, who you got?
I would say I think that Andy's just a number, but I honestly think Sam's gonna try to keep him as long as he can. I Caroline, I'm iffy about her because I feel like she definitely is just a number because I don't really think like she's necessarily like playing it as much as everyone else. I think that Sue is kind of leading everything at the moment. Um, so I think Caroline is definitely at risk, but I don't know. I don't know if Sue might be true to her word. She might at the merge. She might just be like, never mind. I'm gonna go with new people. I'm gonna see what happens. Like you never know. But I don't know. I think Caroline might be at risk. I saw a comment that said I think Caroline might be going home. I honestly kind of agree with that. I just think she's not really playing the game. I think she's kind of just in the background, just I'm gonna do what you do type of situation. So I'm not sure.
Jay corrected me. He
Yeah,
said
she
Teeny
needs
does
somebody
have
Oh
a
yeah,
vote.
she
Yeah.
does because she went to
Thanks, Jay.
tribal. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you're really messing me up tonight, who said Tina didn't have a vote?
I did.
Was that? You know what?
Because she went on the thing.
You're
She didn't have a
Yeah.
punished.
vote.
Last week though.
That
You're
was last week.
punished.
You know,
Punished.
I'm gonna punish myself by coming to New York in December.
Oh wait, aren't
Oh,
you going to the thing? Aren't we going to Over the Edge?
oh yeah, but we're gonna see each other twice in December. We'll see
That's my
each other at the
birthday.
reality show. I know, and you didn't want me to do anything for it, but
Nope.
I'm not paying
Wait.
attention to that stuff.
So you're both gonna be at the finale. I will see you both at the.
Yes,
Yeah, I'll be
you
the
will be
finale.
there.
Yeah,
It's a few
I'll
times
just,
that the whole
Dang.
Yasa tribe gets to come back together.
it'll be so fun.
Um,
We could just
oh, wait
go.
a minute. Ali has an input. I think. Oh, okay. Well, that's a different look at it. Hold on.
That would be interesting if they like brought
Ooh,
her back.
that would be a cool twist.
Ooh,
Let's give Jeff some ideas.
That's never been done, right?
Well, you go to the edge of extinction was
But yeah, but he didn't go to the edge as far as we know, right?
in
They
the
would
new era.
go to something. I don't think that would be that's interesting because then who was he with, and then those people have more, wait. I
Yeah.
think
Other than like that and Redemption Island, but like I
would
think it
like
would
that
be
twist. I think that'll be a
interesting.
nice twist to the game.
That would be so
know.
cool. Like imagine, especially if someday I get on the show, maybe I can if I ever get voted out, I'll be like, Jeff, just bring me back. It's a twist. Just
Yeah.
Look, create your
see
own
what
twist when you're walking down the
happens.
path. That's what I should have said. Hey, y'all got too hasty on this first vote. Let me go
Oh
back.
God, I can't. It eats me alive that you got voted off. But that's because you were stupid and said my name. So
We never talked about that on public live podcast, so we're not gonna do it now either. We're gonna say that one part. That's our personal conversation.
but we love each other so.
We do. If we had to do it again, we would vote out Avery like it was nothing.
I just have to say this because when we were on the boat going, and you hit my leg with your leg. Do you remember doing that?
I do.
I was like, we're good. We're solid. It's Abe.
It was Dave that did it all, not Dave. Boach did it everything. He was.
My husband's coming in to say hello to everybody.
Hey Abe, you touched my wife's leg? What? What's going on?
That was 4 years ago in Fiji in a raggedy boat.
That's okay.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It's past the statutory limitations, so we're okay.
We're good.
I appreciate that. Good looking out. Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Hi guys.
I didn't get a kiss hello. I got a pat on the head. We're live on YouTube, honey. Isn't that
We'll
cool?
be forever remembered on
Take the
social
dog and
media.
don't let her on the bed. I'll kill her.
So
He
we're
doesn't
looking at
care. I told everybody I'm allowed to. What happens in Fiji stays in Fiji. It's all good.
Avery's going to be the next one on next in the seasons to come. She's going to be on the next episode of Survivor.
Totally.
And
Let's get you, Avery. Let's get you on. Are you applying? What are you doing for?
I've applied like how many times? I think 6 times now after doing it in Nashville, like with the camera guy and everything. So
Keep going.
just
how many times did you apply? Tiffany, how many
waiting
times
for
did
my
you apply?
call.
I am not going to break people's heart. I applied once. That's it. And I left. They
Lucky.
had the video, and I never thought about it again. And they called me out of the blue 4 years later. That is how it happened for me. So
I did it twice.
yeah.
And then it was like
I
a
got the
20-year
most.
gap in between my videos, so it wasn't like I did it early.
Oh, my video sucked shit. And then on top of it all, remember I was made an alternate after COVID, and then at the end of all of that nonsense, I had 24 hours to get out there, and then it really blew up my whole look because I was really a mess out there. I had the worst clothes, but we're not even going to talk about that because it's not about me tonight.
If
Yeah,
they
we're
ever call me, like, please call me at least like give me like 3 days so I can get my lashes tinted and
Oh,
That's
you
not-
want
hey, look.
beautiful.
I talked to somebody off
everything
the
settled.
they were on
Hey.
some show. It only works for like maybe a week, and then after that, you're gonna be back to suspect.
Yeah, like it depends. Like if you get a lift in tint, I'm pretty sure because I did some research after I applied because I was like, what if I get on the show? Like might as well just look into things. I think it lasts like 8 weeks max if you get a
Oh,
lift.
you'll be
and
fine.
tint.
You'll be
So
fine.
I'm like, period.
Like we was rolling around in the sand.
Babe,
Who do you think is playing the worst game right about now?
worst?
The
Ooh.
worst. Just you like, how is it? It makes it so bad. It's the worst game, but it's almost like the best game.
Andy.
I think, it's so funny because I guess because I'm so used to watching like how the edit is now, and now that I've been on, I get how they do this. I
Yeah.
think because we saw, anytime you see a bad edit in the beginning, that person's going up because I am the perfect specimen of that after I molested the balance beam. And then I was
It
like,
wasn't that bad.
Kobe Bryant and shooting things. No, it was that bad. It was that bad. But who cares? But anyway, I think that Andy's up right now still, and I think that he's kind of in a good spot because I think they want to keep him around. I would say the worst game, maybe I would say Carolyn's very in the background right now. I don't know that she's playing the worst game.
Is she on the show?
Huh?
Is she on the show? Oh,
Yeah, exactly. She's playing, I'm not going to say it because then I get in trouble. I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself. But then, sometimes when you're too like influential, maybe Sue's going to be in trouble for that. Like, and it's not because she's playing the worst game. It's just she's almost like in too good of a spot. Do you know what I mean?
Sue is a known dime dropper. Sue would tell on you in a heartbeat.
That's what scares me about Sue. Because she's pretty badass. I mean, I love her, but she's pretty badass. So, like, if they catch on to that she gets pissed quickly or she's going to, turn around and cut your throat, and they catch on to it and they still want to play a little nicey, she could be in trouble. And does she want to hold on to that idol for a while? And then, so worst game, I have to say, like, I think most of the people there right now are doing pretty well.
At Rome, I had Rome on that. Oh, you know what?
I
wish he was on that episode. I wish he was on that episode. We were talking about Rome when he was talking about that guy, Saul.
I love Saul, by the way.
Me
love
too.
Saul.
Love him.
I absolutely love that kid. He's not a kid, but I love him. I think he's hysterical. And I think that he's only going up. That's what I think.
Literally when Saul was like telling Rome like that's not it when he was doing the puzzle, my dad was literally texting me when he watched the episode because he watched it a day later and he just texted me that's not it.
Totally.
Look, I don't know. On our season, I said, so Bruce, I need to read the contracts. I might have to put hands on him. Hey, Jay got a question for us. He's saying Caroline's playing an Erica S game. I'm like, is that the game?
That's maybe.
Now, Erica's actually 10 minutes from my house right now.
No
Right down the
way.
street. Yeah, she just got in town today. I'll see her
Are
tomorrow.
you seeing her?
Tomorrow.
How nice. Give her my best.
Yeah, she came in for a conference, and it happened to be at the hotel it's a resort right down the street from the house. So I'm
You
going to hang out.
live near a resort? How come I don't know that?
Because you don't come to San Antonio, and I come to New York. I come to
Okay.
see you in New York,
Okay, well,
in
we
Orlando.
need to change that because I've never been to San Antonio.
You're welcome to come here to San Antonio anytime. I'm working on a project. We can sit out there and we can reminisce about what we should have done.
I I hate that for us. I hate it for us because I feel like every Survivor season should get to play a second season with the same people, like just so that they could like fix it.
That
You
would
know,
be insane.
it would be
Oh,
so
that's funny. So here's another question. Who do you
crazy.
think got voted out so far that should still be in the game?
Oh,
Only because some people have already said it, and I was like, I don't really see it, but let's see what y'all got to say.
okay. Let's just go through who got voted off. Annika just got voted off.
Annika, TK,
Asia,
Asia.
Isha,
John Lovett.
Why you use the
John
whole
Lovett.
name? The whole name.
I would have liked to
Patel.
see, and who?
Patel,
Keyshawn.
Mhm.
Keyshawn.
Who got voted off? What was your question?
Who got voted off so far that you would like to be like, you know what? I wish they bring them back. And
I
would you bring them?
really,
Would you bring them back?
oh yeah, I thought I would have liked to see John Lovett just because he's like a nervous, like Nelly type. I kind of wanted to like watch that because he's really smart and he's his like so okay. He didn't really play the best game, okay,
Mhm.
but he's a super smart guy. He's got a crazy, crazy, crazy podcast, and like I think it would have been interesting once he got his feet wet. I think he just needed his footing. He was too uncomfortable. But I think that Annika would have been chaos and fun to watch. So I was disappointed. Of course, Asia. I mean, Asia's been podcasting about Survivor forever, right? And
Jennifer
you
Ruby
gotta
said
love
Asia.
Asia. That was tragic. Like that broke my heart only because it's like Avery, what it would be like for you to go on, right? You podcast but this is like Asia really like, earned her spot there and
Right.
just loves the show. When I went
Yeah.
out there, I didn't know shit about Survivor. I mean, I watched it casually, but I wasn't
Yeah.
like these people at all. So
Yeah, JD brought up so many different things about the show. I was like, dude, I don't even remember who those people are. So
I didn't. They asked me, okay, you want to know how clueless I was? It is hysterical. When they asked me who I think I'd play most like, when they ask you that I said
Mhm.
Colby Donaldson. Do you know why I said Colby? Because that was like one of the only people I knew.
you did not
See,
play like Kobe.
If they ever asked me that, I think I would say Sarah.
Can't you
But
just say
not in
me?
her first season. In her second season when she won. 'Cause
Why
in
is
her
nobody
first
saying
season-
Tiffany? I don't understand, Avery.
I'm sorry.
Look.
I'm sorry.
Look,
If
I
they
gotta
ever
look.
ask me, I'll change my answer.
These
Good luck.
look, I don't know who Wild Wild Westby is, but he be in the comments. He
I
said
like
Tori
it.
42. Tori's great.
Yeah, Tori was my 42. She was my friend before playing, and still love her. And got her like she's the best. Tori's awesome. Tori was a great character. I loved her too. I watch her on Instagram, so I feel like
Tori be
I
having
get
funny videos about some things.
I get my fill.
I agree. I agree with you on I would want Annika to come back.
Yeah.
I love her. I'm so biased. I literally said she was gonna get voted off first. Clearly I was wrong. But I love her so much. I literally made my like after every show I do like a little video for Instagram that's like my reaction. And I literally put it in black and white because I was like, I'm mourning the loss of Annika. I love her.
That's very Big Brother-esque, though, Avery.
Look, I'm more in the loss.
The black and white.
Hey, so we're gonna give you a little tea on what we do after. When you got voted off and you went back to Ponderosa, what was the first thing you do? Because you just fresh from being voted off. You get back to Ponderosa.
I was the queen of Ponderosa. So let's not forget that. And since we're here in my closet and I was the queen, let me show you what I still have. Where is it?
I got my laundry bag. I got my laundry bag from all my gear.
I have that too, but where the heck is it?
I had to keep it nearby so I can.
Anything they would let me take home, I would take home.
We take home everything.
Here is the crown they made me for being queen of Ponderosa.
You remember these water bottles?
Yeah, I know. I have them. They smell so bad. But look.
I never reopened it.
Do you remember this? Seeing me on Ponderosa video?
Yeah,
they made me that for being the queen of Ponderosa.
That's
I'll tell you what I did.
I love that.
I was looking for my name, my little name right there.
I know your name.
So Avery, if we didn't really care about the names on the water bottle. We was drinking out of them.
Yeah, I kept
Um,
losing mine because for some reason they have to make it the same color as the floor. So
yeah,
I'm
it's some
like,
there's some nuances to the game you really don't get a chance to see unless you're really
I did
there.
so much fun stuff. Like I loved it. But when I got there, I just ate. Like they were like, "What do you want to eat?" I'm like, "Oh, like anything that's not nailed to the floor, please, thanks." Um, but I had nobody there. So for my first night, it was nice because I didn't have any like chaotic people yelling and screaming at each other and cursing and being pissed off. And it was
That's
just
that's
me. So I
that's
kind
the
of
other
set the
podcast,
tone.
Tiffany. That's the other podcast, not this podcast. We're not gonna go
Wait,
there.
what podcast is that?
We ain't had that one yet.
That's when I come out of the closet. That's that podcast.
Somebody gave a shout out to Tori again, saying she's probably one of the most underrated players of the new era. Um, to me, people that have a medical background sometimes have been the first ones to get voted out. And I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know if the way they may approach the game, but they tend to get voted out first. And don't be a therapist. Oh, you gone.
Mm.
You will not be making the merge as a
If
therapist.
I was a therapist, I would literally not tell anybody. Like, what do you mean? Like, I would.
They, they let me
I'm
be
a
in quiet.
therapist in my own right. Like I just am what's the word?
Certified?
Certified
Self-certified.
therapist.
Yes, I like that. Self-certified therapist.
Yes. Look,
It's,
we
it's
had such a good time. Well, you know what? Let's share a moment that I thought that I've always found to be one of the best moments of having this great opportunity to play this game in Fiji. We had just landed on the island. It gotten dark, and we all walked down to the island and looked up at the Milky Way galaxy. And I thought that was one of the greatest moments just for us as just people to be together and to be able to see that together and say we living out the adventure. That was a great moment for me.
yeah, that was awesome. I will never forget looking because those stars feel like they're right in front of your face. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like that. Like where they're like there, but they're like here because that was crazy. I think I would say like when we were all talking on the beach the first morning,
Yeah.
that was super cool. That was a crazy like the whole thing is so surreal, honestly, like that you're in it and it's almost like it's so surreal that it, you are appreciating it, but it's like you can't soak it in enough kind of feeling, I guess.
I will tell the future players and the players that are playing now, take a moment and just sit back. Just forget about the game, forget about the that while you're there, and just kind of appreciate the fact that I've gotten to do something that somebody else made the decision for. Because we none of us made a decision. We were all selected, and they thought we would come together and make a good cast. But the experience, you really
Nailed
only get
it.
to play once. It's a hell of an experience.
It was like I remember taking a moment while I was floating in the ocean, making a number two, and thinking to myself, "Is this going to float back towards me?" And as I was like doing that, so that the twosie would go behind me.
I don't think Avery was ready for that one. I don't know.
Avery, I'm sorry if you don't know me. You need to know that I love talking about the bathroom. It's like my thing.
They'll give you Avery when you get on the show. They'll give you a speech about the bathrooms. Like, you will be just as enamored as we were when we got the speech. We was like, really?
You're like, are we a land animal or are we a water animal?
I was curious how that all works out. I
Abe, what
mean,
were you? Were you land or water? I don't remember.
I was laying. I wasn't there that long, so I was good.
Okay, but I
I,
didn't even go for 16 days, so it didn't
yeah,
matter.
I burned all the fuel. I was in such pain from carrying those bamboos and all that. It was
You were like, we voted him off. He was like, good, I'm going to eat a fucking burger. I'm out of here. See ya.
technically I was quite happy to. I just needed a little break for a minute. I wanted to come back.
I
And
know. I know.
I sat on that dock waiting for the next person.
See, like, if I ever get out there, like, my dream food that I'm gonna just be thinking about 24/7 is gonna be pretzels. Like, if anybody knows me, like, I love pretzels. So, like, I think when I'm out there, I'm gonna be like, wow, I'm really hungry. I wish I had a pretzel right now.
Oh,
Well, let's
pretzel.
speak on something. I've never gone to the sanctuary, and they always got
Me
the
neither.
sanctuary. Why do they always make it seem like Fiji doesn't have food?
I don't
Like
know.
there's
Isn't
no
that
supermarket
weird?
in Fiji.
Isn't that weird? It's like, yeah. And like, oh, here's your whole spread of every. I was thinking about that too. Like, most of the people on our tribe on Yasa, besides you, myself, right? And Voce, everybody else got to go to the sanctuary, I never did.
They go to sanctuary.
Suckers.
I was like, what sanctuary? First of all, go to the grocery store. Get some real food for the sanctuary. Stop playing. I got it. Hold on. I got to do a commercial break. I got to do a commercial
There's
break.
no Applebee's in the middle of Fiji Islands that nobody lives on.
We had Applebee's one time. This is the time of the programming. We're going to go to a commercial break, but we'll be right back.
Hi, Survivor Now podcast listeners. I am Katie from KT Designs, better known as Katie Tedesco Art on both Instagram and Etsy. I have been designing and selling Survivor products for over 7 years at my Etsy shop, including replicas like hidden immunity idols and Survivor trading cards with all of the players' stats on the back. I am so grateful for Survivor Now for giving me this shout out and helping me reach even more super fans. I love listening to their podcast. So if you are looking for some really unique reality TV products for yourself or to give a super fan in your life, come check out my Etsy shop at www.etsy.com/shop/KatieTedescoArt.com.
You know what I need? I need some more merch. Remember they sent us that bag of merch?
Yeah.
That hat I got goes everywhere. Every time I go on vacation, my hat goes with me.
That's the only stuff I wear. I only wear those two freaking hats. The one Jeff gave us the night of that we got out, and then that other black one that I have. That's all I wear.
What was I at? I was on a plane, and somebody was like, "Were you on that season?" I was like, "Yeah, I was on that season."
Oh yeah, that was me.
I'll tell you what. One of the coolest thing, I was on a Delta flight going. I think it was coming up for the finale last year or one of those years, and I was looking at the movie selection and TV selection. And Survivor was on there, and it was our season.
Oh, it's so fun.
I wanted to tell somebody, hey, that's me.
That's me. You sit there and you watch it. You're like,
that is.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's fun. But you know what? Somebody was saying that one of this, they all came. Okay, so for our season, we were really told that we can't do social media, really. We couldn't be at anything. And we all listened like a bunch of idiots. And every season since, it's gotten more lenient. And now it's just all out ridiculous. And they're at everything, right? So all of these players were just in New York for one of the last that I was at. And they were saying, I was talking to it was Rachel Lamont. I was talking to Rachel the other night on Instagram, and we were chatting back and forth, and she's like, it is so crazy. She's like, I got recognized in New York so much. I'm like, well, since we've been on, they're on the freaking big, huge billboard in Manhattan. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we didn't get, right? But also in New York, you do get recognized. I still get recognized in New York a lot.
Well, you got the recognizable look. I kind of just, drift through. But you know what? We didn't get our torches. They gave the torches out. We don't get our torches. I'm like,
they do give the torches out. Mine's in some museum or with some guy who collects like all that stuff.
I met that guy at Hearts for Reality that year we were down in together.
Yeah.
That bought my torch.
Yeah. Somebody has my torch. I don't know. Which is weird because it would be nice to have it. Like,
compared to the ones that have it now, I would like to have it so I can put it in my own house. But at the end of the day, it's still a great adventure. But I still want the pictures. I want more pictures of us.
Do you know what I want?
And the games and stuff.
I want the B footage of the entire season.
I do too. Ooh.
If they really wanted to do something crazy, amazing, they would release that shit. Because I had said when I know why they didn't.
Remember the sugar daddy? Remember the sugar daddy break? The
cake daddy conversation. I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I was like, "Evie, am I missing something?" I was like, "Cake daddy, sugar." I'm so confused. Everybody's so sensitive.
I
thought it was hysterical. Remember that night? That's something I forget about. The night that we had those stupid birds, and Xander thought they were like land monkeys or something. Do you remember that? We were like land monkeys. Is that a
when
thing?
When it popped his head up between the thing, we was like, "Oh, we got to get out of here."
We got land monkeys. I was like, "We have land monkeys." That's terrifying.
My Netflix corner never got published on TV. I built that Netflix corner. Haters.
That was it. Everyone's like, "What's Abe doing? He's building a Netflix corner." I'm like, "We don't have fucking Netflix out here. I don't understand. What are we building a corner for?" But you did make an awesome drying rack. Wasn't that you?
That was me. That was my contribution. I didn't know my stuff wasn't gonna be on it, and I don't know what happened to that gray jacket that CBS gave me. That almost gave me it almost burnt my life up trying to sleep in the jungle with that jacket. Avery, this is what we do.
We laughed like hell those nights. I mean, We really were laughing hysterical. That was so much freaking fun.
That's why they can't bring us back together because we on a podcast and all we want to talk about is our own show.
I know. Forget it.
Avery.
We're horrible. This is a horrible season 47. What do we think's gonna happen night?
We care about 41 and that's it. Before we
we're
wrap it
talking
up for
about
this,
47. I thought we were talking about 41.
I thought it was 41 too. They should have brought us on together. They should. Hey, that's what happens when you're gonna be host something. I'll be hosting the after show as well. Hey, send us home, Avery, with your prediction for tonight before we wrap up because we got about
Gosh, put me on the
11 minutes.
spot. You know what? F it. I'm gonna go with Caroline's gonna go home.
Caroline's going home tonight. Tiffany, who you got?
Oh shit. I'm not gonna say Caroline. God, dare I say Rome?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like Rome too. Rome is funny.
I do. I like my favorite part so far this season. Just one of the parts, besides, of course, Soul saying fart, because that was my favorite. But when Rome was upside down in the water thing, I thought that was hysterical.
Oh
I was like, that was funny to me because I'm like, what in the hell? Like he's literally, we know what that looks like inside, but it's like, what in the hell is this guy doing? Like he's all the way up in that water thing. They changed that out immediately. But
me and Danny we sitting there looking at it and talking. We was like, hold up, he's in the well, and then Rome walks up. Come here, man. Let me talk to you right quick. Why was you all in? I thought the well was deeper. I didn't think the well was that shallow.
No, you don't remember that there was the well. Inside the well is like a plastic bin, and that's what they put water in.
No, I just kind of figured it's a well. I wasn't trying to look down that deep into it. And I was like, Rome, why were you in the well with your head?
It's like feet were dangling out. I was like, what's happening?
We clowned him that whole night about that well because I was like, no, man, we was drinking that water right after you came out the well. You didn't tell us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a little different right there.
I was like, I'm not drinking that shit. That is no.
I'm gonna go for a wild card, and I'm gonna say Teeny.
No.
Wild card prediction, man. Wild card prediction. That's
Okay,
it
could be Rome's wild card for me. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Caroline makes sense, right? But we're all trying to predict on something that we don't know because, truthfully, this crazy twist tonight with an advantage attached to it of some sort, that's just going to throw everything that we think into the garbage anyway. But it's fun.
Look at that.
Hello, Brucey. Bruce is the yin to my yang. Okay, I'm gonna explain this. Bruce come on, dude. Bruce looks like a 20-year-old in real life. I'm not kidding.
Why does Bruce keep popping up?
I don't know, but he looks so damn young in real life. Not that he doesn't on TV, but he's ridiculously young looking. New York was off the hook. I didn't go to the after party because I was no hook. I was in bed. I couldn't do after rap. I couldn't go to the after party. I was like, I just can't do it. I got home at 1 a.m. But
look, I'm gonna have to tell you later on about how I was scared to be out there in the streets by myself.
What?
Everybody,
I walk those streets myself all the time.
We're gonna talk about it in a second. Hey, everybody, come out. Thanks for being in the chat. Y'all enjoyed tonight's episode. Come join us right after as we discuss what's happening on tonight's episode. Everybody have a good night and see you later.
Peace.